So how does lithium-ion battery produce? Let's take a look at this video for more information.
How does the flow of process making the lithium-ion battery?
These are the cylindrical lithium-ion battery manufacturing steps.
Step 1 is winding. In cylindrical cell manufacturing process, cathode, separator and anode are fed into a winder where it uniformly winded into a cylinder. The radius of the cylinder varies depending on the cell design. After the specified length of the electrode assembly is wound, then it is cut and taped. Step 2 is clamping. In this step the anode and cathode electrode tabs are connected separately using clamping process to avoid accidental shorting. Step 3 is casing. The wound electrode roll is inserted into the appropriate metal casing. Step 4 is subassembly. During this process terminals, vents, safety devices, O-rings, washers and other connections are done. Step 5 is welding. During this process the anode tabs are welded to the case at the bottom and the cathode tabs are welded to the top cover. The next 3 steps, vacuum drying, electrolyte filling and sealing process, are done in a dry room where the humidity is controlled. Step 6 is vacuum heating. This process will remove any moisture absorbed by the electrodes during the preceding processes. Step 7 is electrolyte filling. After the moisture is removed, appropriate amount of electrolyte is filled. In general there are 2 types of filling processes used. 1. Fill with particular amount of electrolyte. 2. Overfill with the electrolyte, followed by soaking and dumping the excess electrolyte. Step 8 is sealing. Once the electrolyte filling process is done, then the cell is sealed. Step 9 is formation. All the cells will then go through formation process where they will go through predetermined charge, discharge, procedures. Step 10 is storage or aging. The formed cells are stored for several days. Number of days may vary depending upon the manufacturer and their quality process. Step 11 is testing. At the end of the above storage process the cells will be tested for open circuit voltage and capacity. Step 12 is sorting. Based on the capacity the cells will be sorted and labeled accordingly. Last but not least, step 13 is packaging and shipping. The cells will then be packaged and shipped or stored.
We already know the process, but what is the pros and cons of it?
Well, there are certain pros and cons for it. So let's take a look at next slide. So for pros, we can see that it has low maintenance, smaller production with equivalent power and inherently higher voltages. Meanwhile, for cons, we could see that lithium-ion battery have a higher risk of explosion. Beside that, it also aging and protection is required.